I've just been away for the weekend with my friend Chloe, which is really fun, but I need to do some sewing. And these are two pairs of pants that I keep going to pick out of my wardrobe and they just don't fit right now. And I know that I said I wouldn't sew at nighttime anymore, but I got this light, so hopefully you guys can see me well. These I got online. These are from my grandma. My grandma has the nickname in my family of Nin and Trendy Nin, and she is a bit of a trendsetter. I got these because my aunt organized a family kind of raffle auction situation of my ninny's jewelry and clothes and stuff. And this pair of pants is actually part of a pantsuit, and I wear the shirt part quite a lot, but these don't fit. And I keep going to reach for these because they're like these ones. They're like almost the same print. And I love this color. And they don't fit. So I'm gonna fix them today. I'm gonna do two methods. These ones I'm gonna actually alter the whole pants, and the other ones I'm gonna put in some elastic. To get started, I'm gonna turn these inside out. Just show you what we're working with. The zipper is at the back. This is how much room they have right now. So what I think I'm gonna do is take in a bit on the side and maybe a bit through the crotch. Collection of safety pins that I'm just gonna use just to mark out kind of where I need it to go. So I think I need to take off about that much on either side. Look at how prepared I was. So past Steph has already gotten out the matching thread. So I'm just going to use my unpicker to unpick the waistband. So what I realize now, just as I've been unpicking, is that I can probably just unpick the waistband near the side seam that I'm going to take in and take it all in. I could just sew it all with the waistband attached, but I'm worried about it getting too bulky around the sides. So that's why I'm going to take off the waistband and then hopefully just adjust the waistband itself and then stitch it all back on. I don't really know. I haven't done this before. I just kind of know the steps I need to take in order to resize these pants. And I think that even if you don't really know how to sew that well, or you're not confident sewing from a pattern, I think if you wanted to have a go at altering some things, that's maybe a nice starting point. I don't know, it's all up to you though, so whatever you want to do with your time. Okay, before I stitch anything, I'm just gonna try these on inside out again with the pins, with it all pinned up, just to see if the fit is going to work or if I need to adjust anything before I stitch, because I am a classic case of impatience. I just start stitching when I haven't really actually finished planning everything. Yeah, I'm going to take my activewear off for this. Let's hope I don't stab myself too many times. Fat bottom girls, you make the rocking world go round. Hey. Hey, these look pretty good. Let me show you. Ta-da. Ignore this part, that's the waistband. But I reckon taking it in just that much is gonna be pretty good. I'm just gonna stitch it and see what happens. I stitched all those bits, now I'm gonna just try them on again. This channel shouldn't be welcome to Steph, it should be welcome to Steph's ass. Oh yeah, that looks so good. Amazing. So while I was there, I just stitched the waistband to shorten it as well. And I might just trim that off. Now what I'm gonna do is stitch. I might trim these and refinish the edges. Probably just with a zigzag stitch because I don't have a dark overlocker thread. And then I'm going to restitch the waistband with the right sides facing, and then I'll turn it over again, and then I'll stitch in the ditch to fasten it all down, and then it'll be ready to go. That's pretty cool. I changed my presser foot to use a edge stitching foot for this, but you can just use a regular foot to stitch in the ditch, it's totally fine. The other reason I shouldn't sew at nighttime is not just because it's shit for filming, but I'm sure it's really bad for my eyesight. Anyway, this is what the waistband looks like. I tried to match up that front seam here And I put the bulk of the waistband going this way because the bulk of the front seam is going the other way. So that way, hopefully it will sit nice and flat. Moment of truth. Oh, yes. Alrighty, some time has passed. Don't worry, it's a fake beard. It's a school night. It's fake. Anyway, I finished the other pants. I probably rushed them a little bit, but I wore them to work yesterday and they worked pretty well. The second set of pants that I'm going to be adjusting are these gingham pants. I bought these online and I never know what size pants I am when I buy things online. No matter how many times I check the bloody size guide, always just lies to me. So I bought a 10 and really I should have bought an 8 because these are just kind of massive around my waist. I'll just chuck them on over my activewear so you guys can see. This is why also just don't be disheartened if you don't fit into certain things. So you can see, usually I'm a size 10, sometimes I'm a size 8, usually I'm a 10. What I'm trying to say is that if you're buying things off the rack and you're between sizes, or sometimes you fit an 8, sometimes you fit a 10, sometimes you fit a 12, or any of the sizes in between, getting clothes that fit properly will make you feel good. And please don't worry about the number on the label. It's just not important. It's really not important. And I know that so many people might be like, oh, but you're skinny and you can say that. It's not to say that I haven't struggled with my own body issues in my life, because I have, trust me. Maybe I'll go into it another time. Please just, as soon as you can, forgive yourself for treating your body badly. Just accept your body and love it. Please accept your body for the way it is. Please learn to love it because I'm sure it's beautiful. And if you can see beauty in it too, then so much of your life is just going to be so much freer and your brain is going to feel way better. My thinking here is to put some elastic in the back of the waistband somehow. But I've just discovered that the waistband is one continuous piece. I thought that it might have side seams and it doesn't. So that might make things a little bit tricky. I don't really know how to do this. Anyway, this is the elastic that I'm using. So I'm just gonna cut like a short-ish piece that's gonna run somewhere between the two belt loops that are kind of at the sides. I've seen other people do this on the internet where they use safety pins and it's all very slapdash, but I want this to be a long-term solution, so I'm going to try and find a way to make sure that this has longevity as well as being an effective way to get elastic onto this waistband. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to unpick the waistband along the bottom. You can see this stitching line. I'm going to unpick that between these two belt loops. Okay, I've unpicked the waistband. You can see that it's coming up here. Cue plain. You know what? Let's go back over to the desk where all my other stuff is. I fully tidied on my desk the other day to make sure that this was all aesthetic for filming. And evidently I'm just not the kind of person who can maintain anything that's aesthetic. And that's fine with me. Fine with me. Oh. All right, black thread. To stitch the elastic to the inside of the waistband, I'm going to use a short and wide zigzag stitch. So I'm just going to widen the stitch and shorten the stitch length for my zigzag. Okay, so now that the elastic is in, it's time to re-stitch down the waistband. I think that what I'm going to do is actually baste it first, which, as you would know if you've been here for a while, I never baste things. And I always end up having to redo shit because I fuck it up because I don't baste. So I'm going to baste it and then I'm going to stitch in the ditch. Are you ready? I might actually baste in a contrasting thread so that I can easily pull it out later. So I'm going to switch to a white thread, I think. I'm gonna baste on the inside so that I can actually double check that the waistband is landing in the right spot, and then I will stitch in the ditch from the good side, from the right side. So I'm just gonna put that in there. And then as I stitch, I'm gonna pull the elastic tight so that all my basting stitches will be in the appropriate spot, and I'm gonna let the machine do the work and pull it through. Okay, I think that worked. You can see that the elastic bit is functioning now as it should. Oh, oversight, oversight, shit. Oh, I totally forgot about this back belt loop. I can't just straight up stitch over that. I think I'm gonna cheat. Rather than take the belt loop off and put it back on, I think I'm just gonna stitch a line to here, back stitch, and then restart straight on the same spot and just stitch around to the end. Cheeky! If I hadn't basted, I wouldn't have picked that up. So, all right. That's a point to basting, I'll give it that. Again, I'm using my edge presser foot just so that I can line up the ditch exactly. If you're going to use a regular presser foot, then I highly, highly recommend basting first, just to make sure your stitches end up in the right spot. Okay, well, it's not my best work, and I definitely had to fudge some stuff, but you know what? I think it's gonna do the trick, and that's really all what matters. I think that it'll work. So now I just need to unpick the basting stitches that I did. I am very glad with myself that I did them in a contrasting thread, at least, kind of, to my actual top stitching or stitching in the ditch. But again, I wish I'd probably used not white. It's kind of hard to see on these pants. What a silly dilly. These fit so much better. And I could even get away without wearing a belt if I wanted to and just have the flat front. That's very handy. And it's only now 25 to 10, well, 20 to 10. And I think that if I didn't have to faff around with all the camera and stuff, it probably would have taken about 20 to 25 minutes. So less than half an hour to repair or like alter a pair of pants to help them fit better around the waistband, just by adding a bit of elastic. Oh my God, why didn't I do this weeks ago? I can't believe it took me so long to fix both of these pairs of pants because I'm gonna wear them a lot. The burgundy one's probably still a bit too big, but I don't really care. And then the elastic works so well on the gingham pants. I have already worn them so many times. I'm so happy with myself. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye!